There's a lot about me you know, but also a lot you don't. I like to think of myself as a diamond, multifaceted. I've experienced a wide range of things in my life. Cars and race cars are a huge cornerstone in my life. I love mechanical devices, rocketry, woodworking, 100 mile per hour FPV racing drones, kart racing, to RC cars and winning a national championship when I was 11. Non mechanical, and on the sadder side of my life, I received a permanent back injury at 18. I lost my sister, my father, a stepfather, a grandfather, and an uncle in a 2 year time span. On the brighter side, I bought a house at 19, started my career here at 20, got married at 23, had my first kid at 28, and my second at 31. You will notice I am gone a lot during the summer because we currently enjoy summer vacations on the lake with our super awesome boat, where even I pretend to wakeboard. Photography, video editing, graphic design for storefronts and vehicles, rollerblading, BMX bikes. Like you all, the list of facets goes on and on. I've lived a lot of lives, and they've all shaped the person I am today. I could talk for hours about those experiences, but today I've chosen just one. I want to give you a glimpse into just one facet of who I am outside of the work Casey you know through baseball. And I'm not talking about the several years I was a terrible youth baseball player. In passing, we often ask each other, "How's it going?" One of my regular replies is, "Good, been busy with baseball," and we move on with our day. I wanted to share a little about what busy with baseball means. Well over 10 seasons ago, I started coaching my son's baseball team, not out of want, but out of necessity. The league sent out a message, "We need coaches, or your kids won't have a team to play on." So I, a guy that doesn't have a strong background in baseball, signed up to teach kids how to play baseball. Makes sense, right? Little did I know that decision would reshape how I think, how I parent, and who I am. I thought I was just signing up to babysit a group of kids. I didn't realize I was signing up for one of the most fulfilling roles of my life. Each season brings a brand new team, different personalities, skill levels, and mindsets. And while we always aim to improve on the field, I've learned that the real wins come from teaching teamwork, camaraderie, accountability, and the difference between minimum and maximum effort. This past season brought that lesson home. A few weeks in, things weren't going well. We hadn't won a single game. Practice was great, drills were solid, but on game day, something was off. The energy wasn't there. The kids weren't connecting. As I like to say, we weren't gelling. We had no mojo. I realized this wasn't a skill issue. This was a chemistry issue. These kids weren't teammates yet. They were strangers wearing the same jerseys. So I changed course. Without warning, I surprised them by turning a regular practice into a fun practice. I brought out a wiffle ball, split them into two teams, and gave them just two rules. 1, you can't play the position you usually play. 2, have fun. No coaching, no instructions. I stepped back. My goal wasn't mechanics, it was team building, and it worked. They were laughing, making up silly rules, and cheering each other on. But the real magic happened at halftime when I brought out pizza, cookies, chips, and enough soda to fill a small pond. That's when the walls came down. Sitting on the bleachers, sweaty, tired, and filthy, they started talking about school, favorite YouTubers, and hobbies. That day, they became more than just a group of kids wearing the same jersey playing the same game. They became a team. From that point on, everything changed. We went from losing 6 straight to winning 15 in a row. Same players, same skill, but now they knew each other. They trusted each other. They were having fun. That one shift in morale made all the difference. We ended up losing our first game since the change in the championship to the team that we won against 3 times during the regular season. That day just wasn't our day. I take coaching seriously. I don't expect perfection, but I do expect full effort. I expect respect for teammates, for umpires, the opposing team, and the fans in the stands, even the obnoxious ones. Unlike other coaches, I do not punish for mistakes. We learn from them, together. I'll pause practice after an error to walk through what happened and what we can do next time to avoid the mistake. And sometimes I'll say, you did everything right. It just didn't work out this time. Because sometimes that's baseball and that's life. Now, I did hand out a punishment once for lack of effort and being disrespectful. This kid's name is Chris. He's the coach's kid. My kid. One day his attitude was off, lack of effort, disrespectful body language. He gave me the general sense of, I don't want to be here. My thought was, if you're not wanting to be here, then get out and let the kids that want to learn get more of my attention. So I gave him a choice. Run a lap to reset, or sit in the truck until practice was over. He took the lap, came back with a better attitude, but still wasn't himself. The effort was lacking. I took the partial win, and we concluded practice with no further issues. For the next 5 days, he didn't get out of bed. Turns out he came down with one of the worst illnesses he had had in years. Looking back, it made perfect sense. That behavior was not like him. I took that as a learning experience for myself. If something is off, maybe there's more going on. Maybe don't get so snappy before reacting. Coach was just taught a lesson. I can tell stories all day about coaching, but I'll leave you with one last story. Alex was a quiet, shy kid who preferred the outfield where there was less attention. His dad pulled me aside and said, Alex can pitch, but a past coach ruined it for him. Could you get him to pitch again? I said, I'll see what I can do, but I'm not going to make him do something he doesn't want to. Over time, I'd drop hints. We could use another pitcher. I bet you'd be great. I'd ask, you going to pitch at the next game? Every time, nope. His dad assured me he really used to enjoy it. So one day, after practice, I pulled Alex aside. I said, dude, no pressure. No game. No batter. No witnesses. Just try throwing a few to the catcher and let's see what you got. He reluctantly agreed. He did amazing. I saw the sparkle in his eye. I said, how about at the next practice you throw a few to our batters? Nothing crazy, just a little fun. He agreed. This turned into, how about just one inning at the next game? No pressure. If you want out, just give me the sign. He agreed. He pitched 3 innings that game, with a smile from ear to ear. I finally had to pull him due to pitch count. He became one of my top pitchers, not just for me, but for every team he played on after that season. His confidence was back. His passion for baseball was back. He definitely became more outspoken. These moments, building a true team, learning as a coach, helping a kid rediscover confidence, are what make coaching special. It's been my absolute pleasure to coach these kids and watch them build friendships that last long after the season ends. I know someday I'll no longer be called coach, but until then, I'm going to do my best to help these players become better at life and maybe even better at baseball.